The spotlight is on, and the streets are buzzing. Hughley just dropped a bomb about Jay-Z's next move, and no one saw it coming. This isn't your usual speculation. This is insider insight from someone who knows the culture, the game, and the power moves that shape the industry. From Rock Nation boardrooms to the streets of Brooklyn, every move Jay-Z makes is calculated, legendary, and now potentially game-changing. Hughley doesn't hold back. He's exposing the strategy, the ambition, and the influence behind one of hip-hop's biggest icons. Fans are questioning everything. Is this a music drop? A business empire shakeup? Or a move that will literally reshape the rap world? Every word Hughley speaks feels like a warning shot, a message that the next chapter of Jay-Z's story isn't just coming, it's arriving with the force of a hurricane. Social media is already igniting. Tweets are flying. Reels and clips are blowing up. Fans, rappers, and industry insiders are all watching, waiting, analyzing. What Hughley reveals could change perceptions of the king of hip-hop forever. If you think you know Jay-Z, think again. This next move isn't just business, it's just music, it's history in the making. Hughley's revelations shine a light on the streets, the boardroom, and the strategy that most will never see coming. The question now, are you ready to witness the next level of Jay-Z's legacy? The tension in the air was thick, and it wasn't just the fans speculating. Everyone who watches the game closely knows that Jay-Z doesn't make moves without intention. Hughley's words weren't just commentary, they were a window into the strategy, the planning, and the unseen dynamics shaping the next chapter of HOV's empire. From Rock Nation to the streets, there's a pattern, a blueprint, and Hughley pulled back the curtain for the world to see. Industry insiders are whispering about collaborations, investments, and power plays that could shake the music and business world simultaneously. This isn't a simple album drop or a new tour. This is legacy-level maneuvering. The kind of move that can redefine the rap game, shift alliances, and alter who controls influence in hip-hop for years to come. When Hughley spoke, he mentioned subtle hints about Jay-Z's strategic approach, his calculated risk-taking, and his eye on long-term domination. Social media erupted immediately after the comments aired. Clips from the interview circulated, and fans started piecing together every word, looking for patterns and clues. Hashtags like #JayZNextMove and #DLHughleyLeaks began trending. Speculation ran wild. Some believed it was about a music collaboration that would break records. Others argued it was a business acquisition that could rival Silicon Valley power players. But the truth, according to Hughley, is somewhere in the middle. It's bigger than music, bigger than business. It's influence at a global scale. Everyone's trying to decode the subtle hints. Hughley emphasized how Jay-Z is meticulous, patient, and deliberate. Every action has a ripple effect, and those who underestimate him often end up blindsided. From his early days in Brooklyn to the heights of Rock Nation and beyond, HOV has mastered the art of strategy. The streets see the music, the public sees the fame, but few understand the chessboard he's playing behind closed doors. Hughley also highlighted key personalities in Jay-Z's inner circle, trusted advisors, business partners, and cultural influencers who shape the decisions that make headlines. Every move is coordinated with precision, ensuring that when the world reacts, it reacts exactly the way he planned. Fans speculated whether this next move could involve a high-profile artist, a business empire expansion, or even a political statement. The possibilities are endless, and the anticipation is building faster than any album drop hype. What's certain is that Jay-Z's influence extends far beyond music. His moves affect culture, fashion, sports, and the economy. Every announcement, every partnership, every public appearance is analyzed, dissected, and debated across platforms. Hughley's insight reminded viewers that HOV's decisions aren't random. They're calculated to maximize impact, set trends, and shape the narrative of hip-hop and beyond. For the first time, mainstream audiences began to understand the full scope of Jay-Z's strategy. He's not just an artist, he's a mogul, a strategist, and a cultural architect. Hughley painted a picture of someone constantly evaluating risk versus reward, assessing who's loyal, who's opportunistic, and who can help him dominate the next stage of the game. This next move isn't just an album or a collab, it's a statement of power, influence, and vision that will echo for years to come. Fans took to Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, dissecting every hint. Clips from Hughley's commentary went viral within hours, generating thousands of comments speculating about Jay-Z's intentions. Some thought it was music-related, some thought it was business, and others believed it could even involve a political or cultural initiative. The frenzy was reminiscent of the biggest drops in hip-hop history, an event so massive that every detail became news. Industry analysts weighed in as well, connecting Hughley's insights to known trends in music and business. Jay-Z has a history of leveraging media narratives, controlling perception, and amplifying influence. According to Hughley, this next move is no exception. It's designed to create a ripple effect across industries, forcing competitors and fans alike to adjust their expectations. Even the culture vultures and online trolls couldn't ignore it. Memes, reaction videos, and hot takes flooded platforms. The curiosity wasn't just about the move itself, it was about what it signified. Hughley made it clear that Jay-Z is thinking 10 steps ahead, and the streets, the boardroom, and the media are all players in this complex game. Every partnership, every announcement, every social media post is part of the narrative. What makes this revelation even more compelling is the sense of timing. Hughley stressed that Jay-Z doesn't rush. He waits for the perfect moment. That moment, it seems, is approaching fast. Industry insiders predict that when it happens, it will dominate headlines, trend globally, and spark conversations that ripple across music, business, and culture. Fans are ready to witness history, but as Hughley points out, very few will understand the strategy behind it. DL Hughley's breakdown also reminded the audience of Jay-Z's past moves, how he built Roc Nation from the ground up, secured influential partnerships, and consistently stayed ahead of trends. The next move is an extension of that same genius strategy, blending vision, influence, and foresight into something so impactful that it will define the next era of hip-hop and business. As the story spreads, anticipation continues to mount. The next chapter in Jay-Z's journey isn't just about entertainment, it's about power, influence, and legacy. DL Hughley's insights provide a rare glimpse into the machinations behind the headlines, giving fans and insiders alike something to watch, analyze, and discuss in real time. With every rumor, every speculation, and every reaction online, one thing becomes clear: Jay-Z is about to do something monumental. And thanks to DL Hughley, the world has a first look into the mind of a mogul whose next move might just change everything. The anticipation surrounding Jay-Z's next move didn't just simmer, it exploded. Every fan, every rapper, every insider was on high alert. The streets, the boardrooms, and social media feeds were buzzing with speculation. DL Hughley's revelations had cracked open the door, but nobody knew exactly what was behind it. What was clear? This wasn't a casual drop or a typical announcement. This was strategy at its highest level. Sources close to Roc Nation hinted at a series of moves that could redefine music, business, and influence all at once. There were whispers of new artist signings, groundbreaking collaborations, and partnerships that no one saw coming. Yet, Hughley suggested there's more beneath the surface, decisions that could change the game entirely for those bold enough to follow. This wasn't just about records sold or awards won. This was about legacy, control, and power. Fans dissected every clip, every word, and every subtle gesture. Hughley pointed out patterns in Jay-Z's past actions, showing how he's always been 10 steps ahead. From early days with Rockefeller to the expansion of Roc Nation, every step has been calculated, deliberate, and measured to influence not only music but culture itself. The genius lies in the balance between what the public sees and what remains hidden, like a chess game where every move is a signal, every collaboration a strategic strike. Industry analysts connected the dots, noting how Jay-Z's business decisions often ripple across multiple sectors: entertainment, tech, fashion, and even politics. Hughley emphasized that the next move isn't just a product of ambition, it's a response to a cultural moment. Every decision considers timing, impact, and perception. Jay-Z knows the power of narrative, and this move was designed to dominate the headlines, trend globally, and cement his status as more than just a rapper. Social media reactions were immediate and intense. Twitter threads exploded, breaking down Hughley's commentary line by line. Fans speculated about possible partnerships, top-tier artists rumored to be signing with Roc Nation, collaborations that could redefine hip-hop, or even ventures beyond music that would elevate the brand to unprecedented levels. Memes, reaction videos, and debate clips flooded every platform. It wasn't just news, it was an event, and the audience was the participant. Hughley highlighted the importance of timing in Jay-Z's strategy. This wasn't a random announcement, it was orchestrated to maximize attention and control the narrative. Every step of the way, HOV's team calculated reactions, gauged potential blowback, and ensured that when the move finally came, it would dominate conversation and social feeds alike. The anticipation itself was a weapon, building suspense, intrigue, and hype simultaneously. Analysts also noted the ripple effect this move could have on competitors and collaborators. Jay-Z has always been a master at shifting the power balance. Hughley explained that while fans focus on the entertainment side, few realize the influence these moves have on markets, streaming platforms, and cultural trends. This next step is a reminder that hip-hop isn't just music, it's business, culture, and leverage all wrapped into one. The cultural significance is massive. Every fan, every artist, every mogul watching understands that when Jay-Z moves, the world moves with him. Hughley stressed that this level of influence isn't earned overnight, it's built through decades of calculated risks, relationships, and strategic thinking. This next move is no exception. It's designed to be monumental, impactful, and unforgettable. The streets reacted as much as the industry. Conversations at every corner, every studio, and every social media thread revolved around the possibilities. Could it be a groundbreaking artist collaboration? A multi-million-dollar business venture? Or perhaps a move that would shift the power structure in the industry entirely? Hughley's commentary had opened the floodgates, and speculation ran wild. DL Hughley's analysis also touched on the psychological mastery behind Jay-Z's moves. He doesn't just think about the immediate results, he anticipates how the world will react, how competitors will respond, and how the cultural narrative will evolve. It's a blend of foresight, strategy, and showmanship that few in history have mastered. Every tweet, post, and public appearance is part of a larger plan, a larger story that most people never see coming. Even the haters couldn't ignore it. Those who tried to downplay Jay-Z's influence found themselves caught in the ripple of anticipation. Fans, artists, and industry experts alike were forced to acknowledge that something massive was coming, and Hughley's insight was the first confirmation. What made it more compelling was the mystery. No one knew exactly what form it would take, only that it would change everything. Speculation reached fever pitch as insiders hinted at multi-layered strategies, simultaneous moves in music, tech, fashion, and business. Each hint Hughley offered acted like a breadcrumb, a clue to the broader strategy that the world was only beginning to understand. The excitement wasn't just about Jay-Z, it was about witnessing a masterclass in cultural influence, brand control, and legacy building unfold in real time. Fans and commentators alike started making predictions. From potential artist signings to multi-platform collaborations, the theories were endless. Yet, Hughley's insight suggested that only a fraction of the truth had been revealed. Jay-Z's vision operates on a scale most people can't fully comprehend, which is why every move creates shockwaves that resonate far beyond music. By the end of the week, the buzz had reached a global level. International media picked up Hughley's commentary, analyzing and debating what it meant for Jay-Z's empire and the future of hip-hop. It wasn't just a local or national story, it was a global cultural moment. Fans, critics, and industry insiders were all watching, analyzing, and waiting for the next reveal. Hughley concluded by emphasizing that Jay-Z's genius lies in anticipation. Every move, every announcement, every partnership is carefully crafted to maximize impact. The streets, the boardroom, and the media are all pawns in a game where HOV is 10 steps ahead. His next move isn't just a release. It's a statement, a declaration, and a shift in the very structure of influence in hip-hop. As fans speculated endlessly and analysts connected dots, one fact remained clear. Jay-Z's empire isn't just about music, it's about legacy, power, and influence. D.L. Hughley's insights offered a rare glimpse into this complex web, showing the world just how calculated, strategic, and monumental the next move will be. Everyone was left waiting for the announcement, waiting for the impact, waiting for history to unfold. And one thing was certain, when Jay-Z moves, the world listens. The world had been waiting, speculating, and debating for days. Social media feeds were flooded with theories, insiders were leaking hints, and fans were glued to every clip of D.L. Hughley's commentary. Now, the moment everyone had been anticipating was about to unfold. Jay-Z's next move wasn't just an announcement, it was a statement. A cultural earthquake designed to shift perceptions, dominate conversation, and remind everyone why he remains untouchable in the music and business world. Sources close to Roc Nation confirmed that the move was multifaceted, spanning music, business ventures, and influence in ways few could anticipate. First, there was the music. A series of surprise collaborations featuring some of the hottest names in hip-hop, along with artists who had been quietly building momentum under the radar. This wasn't just an album or a single, it was a cultural reset, a statement that hip-hop would continue to evolve under HOV's vision. D.L. Hughley's commentary made it clear that this wasn't about attention alone, it was about strategy. Jay-Z had orchestrated a launch so precise that even industry insiders were caught off guard. Each artist, each collaboration, and each public move was timed to perfection, building tension and hype that would culminate in the perfect cultural storm. The streets weren't just watching, they were participating, analyzing, and reacting in real time. Beyond the music, there were business moves that could reshape the industry. Jay-Z's partnerships extended to technology, fashion, and media, creating a multi-layered empire that transcended entertainment. Sources revealed that new ventures would include investment initiatives, strategic brand alliances, and platforms designed to amplify artist influence globally. Hughley stressed that this was more than business, it was a lesson in control, vision, and legacy. Fans erupted when the first hints dropped publicly. Tweets, reaction videos, and viral posts flooded every platform. Each snippet, each teaser, each subtle announcement became a puzzle piece. The global audience dissected every frame, every lyric, and every collaboration. It was more than a launch, it was an event, a spectacle, a cultural milestone. Analysts began connecting the dots. The timing of the releases, the sequence of partnerships, and the selection of collaborators all pointed to a calculated plan. Hughley emphasized that Jay-Z had always been a master at timing, knowing when to strike, when to reveal, and when to dominate conversation. This next move wasn't just a product, it was a strategic declaration of influence, power, and vision. Even competitors couldn't ignore it. Every artist, label, and executive felt the ripple effect. Jay-Z's move signaled a shift in industry dynamics. Those who underestimated him learned quickly that his empire wasn't just about past achievements, it was about shaping the present and future of hip-hop and culture. Hughley noted that the genius lay not just in what HOV did, but in how he controlled perception, narrative, and timing. International media picked up the story instantly. From Europe to Asia, analysts dissected the implications. Industry experts debated potential revenue streams, influence in emerging markets, and the cultural impact. Fans outside the US engaged just as passionately, making it clear that this wasn't a local story, it was global. Every step, every collaboration, every strategic alliance became part of a worldwide conversation. The streets had their own reactions. Urban communities, artists, and influencers all weighed in, speculating on alliances, feuds, and the long-term implications. Hughley highlighted that HOV's awareness of street culture, alongside his business acumen, allowed him to strike a balance few could achieve. This move reinforced the idea that hip-hop is as much about influence and strategy as it is about music. Then came the moment of revelation. Jay-Z unveiled the first wave of collaborations, mixing established stars with underground sensations. Each track, each verse, and each collaboration sent shockwaves across social media. Fans were blown away by the caliber, the creativity, and the timing. Hughley's commentary dissected not just the music, but the strategy. Each release was designed to dominate attention, control narrative, and elevate the entire cultural conversation. Business initiatives followed closely. Strategic investments in tech startups, media platforms, and fashion brands showcased Jay-Z's foresight. He wasn't just creating music, he was building infrastructure for the future of hip-hop. Hughley emphasized that the genius of these moves lay in their interconnectedness. Music fueled culture, culture influenced business, and business amplified influence. Every decision reinforced the empire, creating a self-sustaining cycle of dominance. Reactions from peers, rivals, and fans were intense. Tweets went viral, reaction videos garnered millions of views, and news outlets analyzed every angle. Competitors scrambled to respond, but it was clear that Jay-Z had anticipated every reaction. His mastery of timing, perception, and strategy was on full display, leaving critics with little room to maneuver. The cultural impact was immediate. Every corner of hip-hop, from the streets to boardrooms, felt the shift. Artists saw new opportunities, fans experienced new levels of excitement, and the industry recognized the genius of the orchestration. Hughley's insights brought clarity to the complexity. Jay-Z's move wasn't just an announcement, it was a lesson in power, influence, and legacy. As the dust settled, it became clear that this moment would be remembered. The streets, the industry, and fans had witnessed a masterclass in strategy, culture, and influence. Jay-Z had once again demonstrated why he remains at the apex of hip-hop. His moves are deliberate, impactful, and unmatched in scope. D.L. Hughley's analysis concluded with a simple truth. This wasn't about fame or fortune, it was about legacy. Every collaboration, every business initiative, every strategic release reinforced the idea that Jay-Z is more than a rapper. He's a visionary, a strategist, and a cultural force whose influence transcends music and reshapes the world around him. The anticipation, the strategy, and the execution all came together perfectly. Fans, analysts, and peers were left in awe, realizing that when Jay-Z moves, the world doesn't just watch, it changes. The next chapter of hip-hop had officially begun, and one thing was certain, the game would never be the same.